All right. Hello, YouTube. How's it going? As it is tradition, every time you try to do something after a week or so, everything needs to update. OBS, Streamer.bot. Streamer.bot update is kind of great. I don't know if you have seen the Streamer.bot UI before, but they changed it to something so slick compared to what it was before, which was like a I don't know how to compare it. It's like a pre 2000 application Windows app. I don't know if you're familiar with that vibe of apps, but look at this now. Look at that. Looks completely different. It's dark by first and foremost. Thank you. So it's in dark mode and everything is it took me a second to find everything like I already had the idea of where everything is. So it took me a second to like get around it, but it looks really cool. I approve. I approve of this. But of course, Speakerbot now Speakerbot looks completely different. Like this is not even Speakerbot. Come on, keep up. It's your turn. An interesting thing that they did, and I don't know if I'm not finding it, is that they completely removed um, YouTube integration completely. Now you just connect to. Um, is that the official native PHP in chat? Oh my god! Oh my god! How you guys doing? Is that you, Shane? I feel honored with your presence. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. I'm gonna address this right away because I felt really felt bad by passing down information that is not correct. So it was for those of you who saw the last video where I used native PHP to create what was it that I did? You switch channels? Cool. Awesome. No, I like to see the little N in chat. Makes me feel important. Uh what is did I do? Native PHP. Oh, the God damn it. Why is my memory so crappy sometimes? This video, WorkOS. Thank you. So if you saw that video, you at some point saw me or heard me say that in order for the WorkOS window to work, you need the, yeah, I said native PHP deep link. Wait, was totally valid. It should be documented. Okay, I don't feel bad, but still, it was kindly pointed out to me that native PHP is like a deep link identifier, and you should not always use native PHP. You should make that value unique to your app. So if you're making an app, you choose a unique value to use for your deep links. And this not only apply for the work OS, but other deep links that you might want to use, like using a link to open an app in your phone. So that value right there. I wish you could post a pic here. Send it over. No, send it over. Well, X works too, but I have a Discord too. So you can post it on Discord and I can share it with everybody. But X works too. Hold on. I'm gonna open X right away. And of course, the first thing I see, I mean, the first thing I see when I open Twitter, I mean, this is how you know you're timeline is catered to you, because the first thing I see in my timeline when I open Twitter is this. Like, look at that smile. Hello, Leah, how you doing? If you're watching or you watch this at some point, heading to Denmark to. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I want to go to a. What is this? Is this Laracon or Laravel? No, this is just PHP stuff in Denmark. Well, have a nice trip. I'm gonna put this over here. I see your message now. Oh, dude. You hate Discord? Okay, I understand. Dude, I saw the video of you just sending an app straight to the store using Bifrost, and I was like, what? Hold on, how do I save this? Save image as. All right. One sec. What do you mean? Oh, come on. Windows, please. Never mind. I'll just show it here. Guys, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that button over there. Just ship it. Just ship it. I cannot click it, but it will at some point. What's the other one? Hold on. Where did my window go? Oh, here. Whoop. Check this out. So start building. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You spent 45 hours on it today. Wow. Dude, you are a machine working on this. And it looks so freaking good. I'm assuming I haven't heard you say anything about the App Store, not the App Store, the Play Store. Or did you? Because this is for the App Store, which is by far the most, I mean, I would imagine this is by far the most difficult one to like nail. Just about ready for beta testers. Where is that an open invitation? Can people just submit their application to be a beta tester? Is there a link somewhere? Android and iOS over the air. Sweet. Dude, this is gonna be awesome. I have an idea. If everything that I want to do today, ads are about to start. I'm going to snooze the ad on Twitch because I want to talk about this a bit more. In our Discord, there's a support ticket. Add your name if you meet the criteria. Okay, cool. So I don't know if I meet the criteria, but I'm going to post it anyway. If you are watching this and you want to become a beta tester for Bifrost and just start shipping apps on Android and iOS over the air, go ahead on Discord and go to the native PHP Discord and join, post a ticket to become a beta tester. Do it. Be part of this movement. Be part of history. Can you send me a link of your Discord on X as well, so I can pin it in chat? Link it, link it, link. Discord invite. If you have it. If not, I can probably find it myself. Got it. Copy link address, and then I go to, I can't do it here. I'm gonna do, I hate YouTube sometimes, but nevertheless, let me go over here. And I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna pin this. There you go. If you wanna join Native PHP Discord, it's up there, pin in chat. I'm gonna pin it on Twitch as well. Where is Twitch? Where's my OBS? I lost it. Here we go. You're about to start by coding an app for the Boy Scouts? Nice. Dude, I was kind of on the fence when this whole vibe coding idea started, but I'm kind of warming into it, and that's what I'm about to do today. I'm just gonna use Laravel Boost. Laravel Boost is the thing that just pushed me over the fence. Yeah, hopefully, right? So I'm gonna try and vibe code an app right now using Laravel Boost in Claude. If I like Claude, I'm gonna switch from Gemini to Claude. But yeah, I was on the fence initially, but Laravel Boost just pushed me over the fence. Hey Diego, how you doing? What's up? Yeah, I know. The thing is, I started using Gemini first. No, I started using ChatGPT first, but I didn't find any use for it, like coding wise. It was more like a Google replacement. And then I started using Gemini second, and that one I kind of liked for like spitting out code quickly. So I started paying for that one. But now everybody's using Cloud Code, and I see videos about it, and I just want to jump in and see how my experience is. That's what I'm going to try out today. And if I like it, I'm just going to cancel Gemini and jump over to Cloud. But because yeah, it looks really cool. This is native PHP Discord and pin. All right, it's pinned for everyone and YouTube in chat. So join. It's very, very cool to see all of the progress that you have made. You are a machine coding this stuff, and we all thank you for it. Definitely. No, thank to you. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Let me switch over to Mac real quick. What are you doing? What's this? If you update while I'm working, I'm gonna be so pissed. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Flashbang alert. I'm gonna use Laravel Boost today. I'm going to vibe code. My idea is that I wanted to create like a scanner app for scanning barcodes and QR codes. It's in line with the project that I was building, and I think I'm gonna try and connect it with that project where I already have a database. I already have a Filament 4 panel to managing products, and
The
just as
stream
about
is
to
now
start.
paused for ads.
Cool. Take a break. I'll continue after the break, waiting for people that are not paid on Twitch. Is Kenya? Kenya? Would you mind you? Because I know there is native support for it, but I didn't see it on the roadmap. So if you add that, that'll be great. Is one of the most asked right now. We'll add one to that. Like, I second that vote. Yeah. I was so bummed out because I really wanted to make like a native app with this project that I was making. But yeah, you can just use the camera and deep link. But all you get out of the camera is a picture. Oh, wait, no. You can. But then again, my idea is to scan not just a bar or QR code that has a link to the app. It's just a QR code that, or a barcode that is from a product. Like, if you know what I mean. Hello everyone. Thank you. If I can talk. Welcome back from the ads. So yeah, it's more like I see the idea of having the camera in posting a deep link in that QR code, and that taking you back to the app. But my idea is like kind of like I don't know if you've seen the apps from like Walmart and stuff where you can search products by scanning the barcode. It's pretty difficult actually. It's so bad that it's so easy on web. I believe in you. So yeah, I was bummed out because I wanted to do it natively. Probably the first thing. Oh, that's awesome. That's the first thing you're gonna work on after Bifrost, dude. So much good stuff coming down the pipe. So instead, I think I'm gonna end up using this. I don't know if you've seen this. So I kind of love and hate this because this is a great library for web, but it's not supported anymore. It's like in maintenance mode, and they're asking for support to keep it alive. So it's every single example that you see online has to do with this library, but the developer says this is in like not really supported anymore. Yeah, it's been around for a while. It's so bad that yeah, it's not really it's not. I would not recommend it for a production application, but it's the only thing I have right now for a QR code reader. So until it comes natively on native PHP, and that day will be soon. But first, Bifrost. So maybe this will be my doom today because I'm gonna be using Livewire, and I think I have a way to make it work with a custom library like this. But we'll see. I'm gonna just vibe code it with Laravel Boost. See what comes out of it. But before I begin, the very first thing I need to do is install Claude because I have not I paid for it already. I have a month to decide if I want to keep it, but I need to install it. So I hear it's very easy. So I just copied this and pasted here. CD into my awesome project, which does not exist yet. Hold on. I'm going to create my awesome project. Laravel, new. It's not native. It's going to be product scanner. Yeah, whatever. Or just scanner. I'm just going to call it scanner. Ooh, what's going? Oh, yeah. Of course. PHP version. Always happens. Let's try that again. I'm going to use Livewire because that is my flavor of choice. And built-in or work OS, built-in or built-in. I wish I could choose. Wait. I saw Jeffrey Way. I'm interested. Hold on. I saw Jeffrey Way use Vue as a starter kit, and that gave him the option to choose no authentication. Is that new to the Laravel installer? Do I need to update it? Let me check. If I check Vue, oh yeah, I need to update. I need to update my Laravel installer. 1 second. Because I think now you can choose the starter kit. Use her. Oh, that's a great idea. Is it in check for updates? Or is that for just for her? Let me see. Selmai Miami? I don't know. Hi, dude. How you doing? I'm doing great, and I do not do reviews, portfolio reviews. No. It's in the PHP tab. Let me go and check. And there is a version for this. Remind me later. Can you open her? Why is her not showing? There's PHP updates to update. Here we go. All right. Let's try that again. Let's use Livewire again. There it is. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna use yeah, I'm gonna do it after. Well, no, let's do it right now, actually. Fuck that. Let's do it now. Let's cancel this for now. Because yeah, we definitely need to update her. Insta, the MCP server now support. Oh, Juni, nice. We fix an issue when toggling done. Okay, yeah, good. You get Juni MCP support. Yeah, it's just 124 megs. I feel like this is gonna be me for most of the stream, just like. Are we done? Are we there yet? Like I said, every time you come back from something for a week or so, everything needs to update. Everything. Almost. Almost. There we go. And voila. Latest version. All right. Back to this. Livewire. No authentication. We're gonna vibe code the whole thing, so we don't need the actual authentication scaffolding. Let's let Claude deal with that. And we are going to use pest because there is no other option. I don't know why would you include this. There is no option. Just pest. Before I move on, just so I have it on my, just so I have it installed, I'm gonna go ahead and install that QR code library. Just so that Claude has context for it. Where is it? Bro, installation, please. There you go. Really? Did I do command copy? Oh my god. Why are you not... What? Fine, I'll do it myself. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I'm doing Control P. Control V instead of Command V. I get confused. All right, so that's there. Now for the... Let's continue with Claude. So I just get in here and do Claude. Welcome to Claude. What the freak? Oh, I have to do some configuration. Choose the text style that looks best with your terminal. Dark mode for sure. Let me see the others. Ugh, no, too much. Dark mode is fine. Select login method, cloud account with subscription. I already paid for a subscription, so yeah, that one. I'm gonna move you over here. Oh no, I lost the window. Hold on. Moved it to my second monitor, and my second monitor has windows in it. Hold on. Now I can't move it back. And you are green. Of course you won't work. One sec. That was... I panicked for too much. That was nothing. Oh, dear Lord. One moment. Technical difficulties. We'll get there. Don't worry. Just need to switch monitors again. If you go to green screen, okay, there you go. I'm gonna finish this off screen just real quick, just in case something pops up. Terminal setup. In fact, so that I can see it and see my stream again, I'm gonna go black for a moment. And then take this. I hate not seeing OBS. Come on, there you go. Okay. Terminal setup, Ultima, enable the recommended settings for your terminal, shift enter for new lines. Yes, use recommended settings. Do you trust the files in this folder? Yes, I do. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think we're good. All right, Claude is up and running. Next up is Laravel Boost. I think we're gonna have ads in just a moment. I will always pause, but just in case. Let's go and check Claude. No, not Claude. Boost. Laravel Boost. Okay, I'm gonna open that project in PHP Storm. So I can work in that terminal for this part. Where is herd? Here we go. And then scanner, 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 scanner. So many projects. There you are. Composer required Laravel Boost in dev mode. Here we go. And then PHP artisan boost install. Let's give Laravel a boost. All right. Is that a good size? Do you want me to make it a little bit bigger? That's not what I wanted. That's a good size. All right, so Boost MCP server with plus 15 tools. That's good. Boost AI guidelines for Laravel, inertia, and more. And let's also use MCP server for herd. Yep. Which code editors do you use to work on Laravel? PHP Storm and Cloud Code. That's fine. I gave up Cursor and VS Code to move to greener plains. Auto detected. Nice, thank you. Which agents need AI guidelines for Laravel? Again, well, Cloud Code in Juni. Yeah. Okay. Mostly going to be used. I'm not going to be using Juni. I'm going to use Cloud Code, but it's good to have it enabled anyway for Juni, just in case. That table looks awful. Let me make it smaller. How do I make it smaller? God damn it. Oh my god. 125 is fine. Bunch of that looks like a cat. I made a cat. I made a cat in terminal. I made two cats. Oh my god, that's funny. All right, so we have boost. We are boosted. Now what? I think now is the time that I just spit out ideas, right? This is the part of vibe coding that I always get stuck with because I don't know how to move from this onward. Probably because it's so open-ended that my brain is like, now what? Now what? I don't have a checklist. I don't have a list. I don't know what to do. Okay, let's try this. So what I want to do is a scanner app. Let's try and go to the terminal and work here. You know what I want to do first? I saw Aaron Francis do this, and I'm gonna try to do something similar. Because if you want to do great things, you should look at the great things other people are doing and try to assimilate that into your work until at some point you're gonna start doing great things yourself. I think I have a tab here with this. Yeah. Let's just let's draw the application as I see it in my mind, and then let's tell Claude. I'm telling it Claude. Give it to Claude, and then spit out some requirements. All right. So how do we do this? Can I do something like this? So this is mainly a mobile app. The way that I envision it, it's gonna run on browsers, but still, it's gonna be targeted as a mobile app on your phone, even though you are using a web browser for it. Call it a PWA if you want. Not sure if I'm gonna make it a PWA right now, but still. So the way that I see this is we're gonna have like, how do we do this? Maybe a button that says scan barcode. Although if this is an app, that button should be more like here. Right? Or let's put it in the center. See how it looks. And let's make another one. Can I copy this? Yeah. Let's make another button for search by name. So the idea is you can either scan a barcode, which will trigger the scanner library and just open like a UI up here, and or you can just click this, and what you get is like an input, like a search input. In fact, this should be a search input, like a text input that you just type in. And how do I denote this? Or maybe, yeah, just put this down here, and let's make another input here. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, can I delete that? Thank you. Oh my God, really? Why is this so weird? Oh, this is cool. All right. So that'll be a text input. These are two buttons. This one activate the scanner, and when you type in a product name here, you just hit search by name or search. Let's call it search. And then you get like probably, what am I gonna do here? Like a fuzzy search, maybe all the products that. No, you know what? This should be a separate window for this. Scratch that.
The stream is now paused for ads.
I'm just gonna put this here and let's take a break while the ads are going, and we'll continue in a second. 15 more seconds on the ads. Looks like we are in 193 out of 200 for the follower goal on Twitch. Hell yeah. All right, ads are over. Welcome back. So I think this button here should take me to a second screen. So it's gonna move me from here to here. Right? And in this page, I think the UI that makes the most sense, it's a text input at the top. Something like that. Can I add? I don't have images here or icons or anything like that. Maybe I do. No. Never mind. So this will be a text input that says, let's say, for example, type the product name, something like that, dot, dot, dot. Can we make this a little smaller? Smaller. Guess not. So you type in the product name here, and the idea would be that there's a table here. That just shows a list of products. Can I do lines? And that's arrow, draw. Let's try this. Oh, that's how you make it small. Thank you. Product A. Shit. Screw that up. Oh my god. All right, just take this. Can I make this a little smaller? That's as small as it gets. Let's remove this too. Oh, I have more things. More thingies. That's not what I wanted to do. There you go. So yeah, you type the product name here. I'm guessing what I want to do is to make that like every time you type, make it like a live updating field. So every time you type, the list of products will show the products that match the search term. I know that Livewire can do that very easily, so I'm going to try and do that. Let's see how it goes. And of course, We are also going to have the barcode area. Where's my square? Here we go. So we're going to have like a square over here that is going to open when you click barcode. That's going to be, let's make it dashed line. That's better. And this will be a barcode scanner area. So when you click scan barcode, this will appear. The idea is that this will make use of your system's camera, which in this case would be your phone. The idea is that it uses, based on the configuration that I've seen in documentation, you can choose to use the, what's it called? The environment camera, they call it, which is basically the backside camera of your phone. In my case, I'm guessing it's going to make use of the camera that I have plugged into my computer. We'll see how it works. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that's all I want. Okay, so wait. We need a second screen, an extra screen actually. I'm gonna copy this because now we need a screen where you can see the product once selected. And the URL for that is going to be product I don't remember the standard for viewing pages, but I guess it's something like product ID or something like that. View. No, it's going to be product edit, because the idea is that you can edit that product and then send those updates back. This is going to be working as it's going to work with the API that we built already for the Filament 4 project. We already have a Sanctum protected API over there. So this app is going to work with that API to update products. And in fact, let me go and check how did I set up the URL for that one. Because I don't remember. That is, how did I call it? Inventory tracker. By God. Code is really small. One sec. Let's say S plus, yes. Much better. Is this the one API? Yes, API. So we have auth login. I forgot about the logging. Forgot about the logging. I have to draw that too. So we have a logging page, login API endpoint, product search. I think I got that one right. Product search. Yep. And we also have product by name. So that's where this is going to point to. No, product search. So product search is going to be hit from this screen. The barcode is going to be red. I'm going to do a call to product search. And once I have the product ID from here, I get a product ID. So it's product. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. No, that's a put. Okay, I just have a put. Okay, so this URL is not going to be related to that. So I can just do a get to product ID. Yeah. And over here, we're going to have, I believe we are going to be able to edit based on the API. Update product request. We can update the barcode. Can we update the barcode? I don't know if we should be able to update the barcode. Because we're reading the barcode. Should not be editing that. No, we should not edit the barcode. I am dumb. Just the name, description, price, and stock quantity. Makes sense, right? So you have a home page. You can either scan a barcode that will give you a barcode ID, or a product ID once you search for the barcode in the API. And that doing that will take you to the product edit page, or you can do a search product, takes you to the product search page. You type in the name of the product, you get a list of products, and when you click on one, now you have a product ID that takes you to the edit product. And once you are done with that, I guess the logical thing to do would be to take you back to the home page. Something like that. Can I zoom out on this? Please. Command. Okay. That's too much. Zoom to fit. There you go. So that's basically my idea. Now, I have an understanding that you can feed Claude with images and explain what you want, and then use the images as a base for the layout and the UI and the design and stuff like that. I'm hoping that's how it works. So I'm going to use this image. Can I save this? Can I share it? Export. Export as PNG is fine. Let's do it dark. That's better. Background too. Now we have this. What's the name of this file? Shapes. No. Let's call it scanner app mockup. All right. Let's go back to Claude. See what horrible thing we can make out of a vibe coding session. Okay. Create an app that is mainly targeted for mobile users that can scan barcodes from products and search that barcode using an API endpoint and will return a product ID. This is the boring part. I'm sorry. And I'm very bad at creating prompts, so this can only go horribly wrong. So create an app that is mainly targeted at mobile users that can scan barcodes for products and search that barcode using an API endpoint that would return the product ID. Optionally, the user can search products by name in a separate screen. As the user types in the product name, the list of products updates automatically. Okay. I'm not even using the login page. I guess I have to because all of the routes are protected by Sanctum. Yeah, I have to. Um, login page, put in credentials, authentication code, stored in local storage. Has that in every request in the authorization header. Let's just detail every single API endpoint that we have so that the Claude knows how to use them. Here's a list of all the API endpoints and their use. We have the authentication. Wait, how is it called? One sec. So it's this one is let's see. So I'm going to put in HTTPS. Is it S? I don't remember if I made this. No, it's not. I'm gonna let me go and check. I don't think it is a secure site just yet. So inventory tracker admin. Yeah, it's not secure. Never mind. Okay. Okay, I can make it secure very easily, but not just yet. So it's HTTP inventory tracker. What? Let me just state here so I don't have to write it every time. All routes are prefixed with HTTP inventory tracker.test/API. Just checking for typos because I'm great at those. So we have auth login, which, oh, now that I remember, don't we have, I think I have a scratch pad with all the responses and the data that I have to send. Let me look for that. Scratches and code, scratches. Yeah, here it is. I love PHP Storm. Can I do this? This is used for authentication. The user sends their credentials and receives back an authentication code. Here's an example of the request and the expected response. I hope I can do this. Command C, Command B. Oh my God, perfect. This is going to be a long, long document, but in fact, I'm gonna just, because I know myself, I'm gonna make a copy of this. I'm gonna come to PS Code. I'm gonna make a new text scratch pad. And I'm gonna work here. Why are there so many? Oh,
The stream is now paused for ads.
I see. Small break. Go drink some water, move around, stand up, stretch your legs. We'll continue after the break. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean up that scratch pad because it copied all of the frame from the UI. 30 seconds for the ads. I'm having fun. I'm finding this process, even though my brain is kind of freaking out and telling me, what are you doing? Why are you not coding PHP? Where are all of the dollar signs? I'm kind of enjoying the newness, the... Oh, hello, Alexander Six. How you doing, my man? Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, just there. No more ads. How you doing? Sorry for you raided at the end of the ad break. Thank you so much for the raid, for the raiding party. Alex, how was your stream? Let me just give you a shout out, of course. My man, Alex. Shout out. Alexander 6. If you are not following this handsome fellow, you should indeed. It was good. We were working on some pretty ridiculous stuff. I mean, that's the best stuff. The ridiculous one is the best stuff. I hope you had a great stream. Yeah, I agree. Twitch should disable ads for raiders. But either way, I always pause for ads so nobody loses anything. I always take a break while the ads are going on Twitch so that people that unfortunately get the ad will not miss a thing. So that's something I do. And welcome, Raiders. My name is Arturo. I'm a PHP developer of over 20 years of experience. I'm from Costa Rica, and I like to create fun little projects on stream to highlight new things about Laravel and the Laravel ecosystem. So welcome in. And I also play games at the end if you want to stick around for that too. Alex thought us a lot of cool stuff about Linux, PS, LS. Ah, nice. You know what I've been thinking about? Because I bought a new PC so that I could stream from that monster of a PC. But now I have this thing just lying around, and I had the idea that I think I'm gonna make this my Linux workstation. So all of my gaming goes in my streaming PC, all of my working goes in my Mac Mini, and now I think I'm gonna use this. It is a really good machine. It is a Legion. It's a Legion Go with an AMD, but it's just sitting there now, just collecting dust, and it's kind of a waste. So I think I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna install Linux, and I'm gonna use this for my Linux workstation, so I can have everything, the best of all the worlds: Windows, Mac, and Linux. Do it. Omarki has been a blast, but you can't go wrong with pretty much any Linux distro, except Arch. I don't want to be a virgin again, so anything but that. Or dual booting is an option, yeah, so I don't lose everything from that machine. So I do have some gaming stuff over there that I don't want to lose, so dual booting is actually a good option. Omar Key is based on Arch. Yeah, but I mean, if you my understanding is Arch Virgin. So if it is a version of Arch, I think you're cool. Or do you just become a version of Virgin? I don't know, like a homebrew version. I don't know. I'm Fedora fan through and through. Yeah, all I know is Ubuntu myself. That's the only thing I've known my whole life. So I could go Ubuntu. It's been really nice to use a daily driver right now, and it's so much better of an experience than Mac OS or Windows. Ooh, that's a bold statement. But I believe you. I believe you. Myself, I know nothing. I mean, I'm a Mac OS user through and through. So I know nothing about a Linux experience or a Linux main driver. I'm just picky how I like my workflow. Yeah, me too. That's why I want to expand, because I'm so logged into my Mac OS environment that just using Windows feels weird. I just use Windows for my streaming stuff and for gaming. Everything else I do on my Mac. But I really want to expand my horizon and try new things. And I think Linux is the next thing that I want to dive into. I'm on Windows, but I have an iPhone, Apple Watch, iPad Mini, and AirPods. Dude, I have an iPad, I have a pencil, I have my AirPods, I have my phone over there. I have a watch. Like I said, I'm so logged into the ecosystem that I like, that I feel comfortable. But if you feel comfortable for too long, then you kind of you need a shock every once in a while. That's what my Windows did. I worked on Windows for like a year and a half just to give me that, shock in the brain. And then I went back to Mac just to relax. And now I want to go into Linux and make that my working station for, I don't know, 6 months to a year. See how that happens, how that feels. Because if you don't try new things, you don't learn anything new. I mean, I'm dumb, but not that dumb. Thank you, though. That looks new. I'll try it. Yeah, don't. Yeah, but always be cautious. I mean, it's not like, oh, that bridge is so high. I'm going to try jumping off of it. No, don't. No. Just try new things, but use common sense too. Yeah, but there is such thing as common sense too, so just saying. And as always, the golden rule: never trust chat. I'm broke. I have no sense. Pretty cool stuff that you can do for free. Linux is free. If you have a crappy machine around laying around, you can use that. Pretty cheap nowadays. Hey, I'm broke too, by the way, so it's not like I have fuck you money laying around. Doom on my toaster, if it could run it. It's not the end of the world if you are partitioned correctly. Yeah, just boot to maintenance mode, ch mode, and copy OS files back and over. That went all of that went over my head, but I'm guessing that's, yeah. It's gonna be an experience. I'm gonna have to just make time to suffer a bit with dual booting and all of that. Can you guys see my messages? Yeah, I can see your messages. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I'm sure there is 1,000,001 tutorials about how to partition your how to partition correctly and dual boot and all that stuff. There's nothing you can't learn right now online. But yeah, I get your point. Anyway, guys on Twitch, I'm like 7 people away from my 200 goal. If you wouldn't mind just clicking that follow button right there, that'll be awesome. And then you can know every time I go live. I usually go live every other day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, around the same time. And like I said, first I code things and then I play games. If you are into that stuff. Take the dog out. Have a great rest of your team. Thank you so much, dude. Go take the pup out. No worries. Thank you so much for rating in, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. You're awesome, dude. You're awesome. Hey, where's my screen? I'm still here, you dumbass. As much as I hate AI, I wish AI were around when I was getting started. Dude, how long ago was that? Just to get an idea. The amount of time I could have saved browsing Stack Overflow or even Dynamic Drive back in the day. How long is back in the day, by the way? Just you don't have to tell me how old you are. Just tell me if YouTube was a thing when you were around. Because in my case, YouTube didn't exist when I was around. Working with GeoCities and oh, dude, I was working. You know what? What was my first browser? If I can remember the name. Oh yeah, I remember. You know what my first browser was? No, not even that. Netscape. Anybody here knows about Netscape? Netscape, there you are. That's right. I was a Netscape navigator, baby. I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have Twitter. Oh, those are good days, by the way. All I have was my peepers and the books from the library in the university. Altavista. I don't even remember Altavista. 800 by 600. That was fancy. That was fancy. That was a big screen. No, I don't remember Altavista. But then again, my memory is very bad. I don't even remember what I had for lunch today. So I remember Netscape because that's like a PTSD kind of thing. So yeah, when I was starting up, I mean, dude, everybody has it so easy nowadays. Everybody can learn everything online. Everything that you want to learn, you have a video on YouTube about it, or someone writing a blog or whatever. I had to read books to learn to code in C++. Ugh. Makes me shudder just to think about it. You wrote your first code in Notepad? I wrote my first code on paper. Paper! Pen and paper, baby. And then went to the lab and wrote it on Pascal or whatever the UI was. Pascal was my first language, by the way. Then I moved into C++. C and then C++. Oh, Notepad, actual Notepad. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Notepad, the app. Yeah, there was IRC like chats or email mass emails, or just ask your teacher. That was my go-to. That was my Stack Overflow back in the day. I would have a question, wait for a weekend to get to class, find my teacher that I didn't have a class with, and just bother him with all of my PHP questions. PHP was not a class, by the way. I learned that on my own. There was a teacher, a lab teacher that knew about PHP, and he made the terrible mistake of letting me know about it. And I bothered him for like 6 months straight with questions. And he was so great that he would even give me homework to work on, like little projects, like do this. I would ask him a question. He would take time out of his work to answer my question, and then gave me homework. And that's how I learned PHP. You missed the semicolon. Oh, dude, don't even get me started. I still do that. Well, not the semicolons, but dumb mistakes like that. Sit for 4 days to figure out your question. Listen. The book says this, but I'm doing that. Why isn't it working? You forgot a semicolon, and then everything works. Yeah. You didn't have any programming courses in college. My teachers all came to me with their technical questions. I remember being asked questions about Adobe Flash and ActionScript. Ooh, I remember Adobe ActionScript. I dabbled on that very briefly because I remember I moved to work in we had like computer labs in the university, and I applied and actually got a job working on those labs. And most of the time you do nothing. You just sit around and just, it was like time based. The semicolon problem. Yeah. So it was like people get in, you sit them down, they sit for an hour, and then you ask them to move out, and then the next person comes. So you're just idle for a long time. And I remember they opened a fancy new lab where they had Macintosh computers. And I remember going there and thinking, oh, this is so fancy, but only designers and creative people would use it. I remember I actually tried to learn about Flash animation and ActionScript so that I could make interactive web pages, because I was this dedicated to know about how the hell do you make your own web page. That was my goal. I didn't know what a server was. I didn't know what HTML was, CSS, anything. I said I was going to have my own page someday. And for some reason, I stumbled into Adobe Animation, Flash, and stuff like that. So I said, yeah, I want that on my web. I want things moving, make it dynamic. So I kind of learned a little bit, didn't stuck. By the way, who remembers, this is a good one. Who remembers when you would make an image of your website and then you slice it up in, what was it, Adobe something. There was a piece of software where you would literally slice your image, and it will give you the HTML for it, and it will only work on that size. If you resize your browser, broken. Photoshop slicing, yeah. The guy remembers. Yeah, it will, you would slice the image on the editor, and it will create HTML tables with the image all sliced up, and will give you HTML, and you could put that as a web page. But like I said, you resize that thing an inch and everything like... I think I made my first web page like that. It was awful. I don't remember the name of the software though. It was from Adobe. I do remember it was from Adobe. And I don't remember the name. Yeah, HTML tables, dude. Not even divs. Divs were not a thing. That's another thing. But then again, there was no such thing as mobile friendly, because again, there were no mobile phones at the time. All I had was a crappy, like a Nokia brick that would be, god damn it, those phones were durable as fuck. It was like this big, and you could, it was like a brick. It would not break. But yeah, there was no such thing as breakpoints or different sizes. It was just screen. That was your size, laptop screen. Not even laptop, desktop. Oh, what a days! What a days! Oh, come on, Mac. I'm still awake. My Mac is like, oh, you went to sleep? Me too. They will build better back then. Yeah, definitely. It was, I mean, they were not, they were like thick. You could run them over with a car and they will still work. That was my first. I had a Nokia, then I had a Sony Ericsson. That was my second phone. That was the fancy one. That one had colors. Photoshop is hard. Yeah, I'm not a creative person at all. And then the flip phones, I never had a flip phone. All of my phones were like not flippable. Yeah, I always say that as a designer, I'm an excellent programmer. That's that's what I say. I don't ever make me create a pretty website. It will look horrible. That's correct. Table layouts 3 by 3 for rounded corners, and the rounded corner has to perfectly align, and you had to make sure that it was base aligned and the other one like aligned to the left and to the right, and there was always one freaking pixel out of line, and it was like nightmares. Oh yeah, no, they were waterproof was a given back in the day. If you drop your toilet, if you drop your toilet, if you drop your phone in the toilet, you just pick it up, put it in rice, and it will just work. And now they advertise um, waterproof things like they're like the seventh wonder. Yeah, throw your phone in the toilet and let me know how it goes. Got a question for you. What's the best burner phone in your opinion with the best anonymity? I am not that kind of person, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not like a security IT kind of guy, just a programmer. Had a Nokia 1110 Classic. Yeah, I'll tell you, I like technology, but I'm not technology savvy. I'm kind of dumb in that area. I just had I had three phones, and then I had my first iPhone very late. I always had like Sony Ericsson phones, or the first one was a Nokia. I just bought them and used them. I didn't really bother too much about the technology behind it. I wouldn't know about lick it. We are talking about nasty stuff, but rice was a thing. Yeah, remember those pictures, the Sony Ericsson pictures? That 1.2 megabyte resolution? Amazing. The phone they describe should barely connect to any cellular connection. What phone? In fact, I don't think they have like a one. I think 1.2 megabytes was the resolution of my first iPhone or something like that. If I resubscribe, think I get the founder badge back. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be cool. Cool music, right? I just have like a playlist of energy music that I use all day so that I'm pumped. Because if not, I'm gonna go to sleep. That's my brain for you. All right, let me continue with this thing because I found a typo here. And points. All right, so the list of API endpoints. Now I can copy those. You know, it's not so much of a problem for me because I kind of tune out the lyrics. I'm not listening to the lyrics. I'm listening to the rhythm. So something like this or a techno music, something like punches 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 punches. That is the same to me when I'm working. It's just something that's playing out. I have more. I know people do this, but I cannot work with podcasts or a live stream or anything that is just someone talking on the background. That distracts me a lot. I cannot work with that. I have to put in music, and I don't care about they have it. It doesn't matter if they have lyrics or not. But if there's someone talking on a podcast or a video or a live stream, I'm I'm gone. I have to pay attention. What's going on? Not much, honestly. How you doing, D or Do or Death? I'm just vibe coding an application, but we had a raid and we were just chatting about the old days. Yeah, I cannot. I have a TV right there, and I used to let me turn off notifications real quick.
The
I
stream is now
used
paused
to
for ads.
I'm gonna pause for ads, by the way. I used to put in a live stream on the TV and just try to work. Doesn't work. Not for me, no. Not for me. Could I overview the stream? Of course. For those of you who don't know who I am, I basically am first of all, my name is Arturo. I'm a PHP developer. I have like 20 years of experience doing coding PHP. Around about 10 of those years, I've been using Laravel since version 4.2. And all I do is go live and create small teaching projects live that can be used as a teaching experience for highlighting things about Laravel and the Laravel ecosystem. So that's pretty much what I do. And today, this live stream specifically, I am vibe coding a scanner like application that will be used as a companion app for the project that I was coding up last week, which is in a playlist on my channel on YouTube with the link in the description. All right, ads are over. Welcome back. And in order to vibe code this thing, I'm just creating like a very detailed description about what I want Claudio. I'm gonna call him Claudio. Of what I want Claudio to make for me. So I'm just going through all of the details of the app, and then I'm gonna just tell Claudio to do this and just watch him work. Good old Claudio. So we have the auth login. We also have, what was the other API endpoint? I can do it here actually. So we have auth. I started Laravel 5.5, but still a noob now. Dude, same. I live and breathe documentation. Basically because my memory, no one can memorize everything. So don't feel bad about it. We are all noobs until, I mean, forever. What am I doing? I mean, case in point, right? The key about not being a noob or feeling like you're not a noob is just repetition, dude. Do it over and over again. Give yourself small projects. Try to stay on top of new things if you can, but just do shit. Do as much shit as you can do. How much does cloud cost? Ever hit limits? How does it integrate with PHP Storm? I'm paying for, so it is either $17, and I'm talking about the pro version. I don't even go one tier higher than that. So the pro version is 17, but that's a yearly subscription that you pay $200 up front for a year, or 20 bucks a month. That's what I'm paying. I'm just paying $20 for 1 month. That includes Claudio, and I don't know about limits, to be honest. So I just pay $20. I get the pro version with Claudio, and I'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. I don't know anything beyond that. About PHP Storm integration, I believe there is a guide for you to integrate that with PHP Storm. I have not followed that guide, to be honest, because what I'm using is Cloud Code or Claudio Code and in Laravel Boost. So Laravel Boost integrates all their MCPs with Claudio. Yeah, forever noobs, forever learning. Hell yeah. Stay interested. Always stay curious. All right, so we have a product search. Into this, we pass a barcode, and the expected response is a product. So, NT, how you doing, man? Laravel indeed. We're doing some Laravel stuff. I'm vibe coding an app from scratch just to get an idea of what it feels like. Never done vibe coding before, and I always tell people in chat, if you are going to use AI to code, never take it at face value. Always check the results. But I've been seeing Aaron Francis and Nuno Maduro do these vibing code experiments. So I wanted to try for myself. Yep. Where's the barcode? Barcode one, product one. I don't have an example of that one.
Satric75 just followed. You're amazing.
Satric75 for the follow. Thank you so much, dude. You're amazing. You're amazing. Why can't I see the chat? What's going on? Ugh. There you go. Vibe coding sucks in my experience, and it can get expensive. Pass attention to what it is doing. Pay attention. Yeah, like I said, I was not very adamant of vibe coding, in my opinion, because yeah, you can get into technical debt really, really quickly if you let it just run wildly. But the thing that pushed me over the fence was Laravel Boost. One sec. Once they announced Laravel Boost and the ability to give your AI guidelines about what you wanted to do and do it the Laravel way, and then have those guidelines be automatically generated based on your project's composer requirements, and also give the AI agent access to the latest Laravel documentation available instead of just relying on old documentation and old code. That's what actually pushed me over to actually try it out and see how it works. "25-year dev here, and I've been playing with vibe coding too, and it's been pretty good." Yeah, like I said, if you are going to have an opinion on something, you should at least taste it, right? And no, I'm not saying do something stupid. I'm just saying, if you see something and you think, I don't really like that, try it first and then make sure. And that's my vibe coding journey. I saw it, I thought it was dumb, I thought it was dangerous and stupid, and then Laravel Boost came out. I thought, that looks interesting. It's still vibe coding, but I'm not sure. And then I started seeing people around the community using it, and then I thought, maybe, but then I'm going to try it first, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's clear they are clearly embracing it, and but they are embracing it in the right way, and that's what I think it's the difference. When you embrace AI, but you do it the right way, and oh, hello, Try Catch TV. Thank you so much for the raid, 12 viewers. So nice of you. I hope you had a great stream. I don't really know you, so I don't know what kind of stream you have, but I hope you had fun. Let me give shout out to Try Catch TV. I should really... Oh no, this is actually doing it. I'm dumb. It is doing it automatically. Hello, amigo. How you doing? Today we're working on our side community project in Angular. Oh, that's cool, dude. Do you do just Angular and is it a web project or a something native? I have no idea. I know of Angular, and I think my only experience with Angular was trying to make a web app, like a native app. It's a web project. Cool. I hope you had a great stream. And Raiders, my name is Arturo. I'm a PHP developer from Costa Rica, and I have like 20 years of experience with PHP, 10 years of experience with Laravel since version 4.2. And I like to create small teachable projects live on stream to highlight the highlight Laravel stuff and things about Laravel and the ecosystem. Try catch CV, pura vida, mae. Tuanis. You from Costa Rica, man? If you know pura vida, mae, you're from Costa Rica. I'm from Colombia, but I'm working with people from Costa Rica. Cool, dude. Nice. Parce. That's the only thing I know. Don't ask me any other word from Colombia. That's the only one I know.
Trycatch_TV just followed. You're
Dude,
amazing.
You're amazing, dude. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. So nice of you. Hey, you catch a nice song. So yeah. Pura vida. Oh, and today's stream
David
is
Caleb
about...
Chaparro Orozco just followed.
That's
You're
a
amazing.
mouthful. David Cabel Chaparro Rosco. Tengo la camisa negra. That's a song, right? Thank you so much for the follow, dude. You're amazing. You're so awesome. So nice of you. So many nice people today. So I was saying today's stream is about me trying out live
Talented just
coding.
followed. You're amazing.
Talnit, thank you so much for the follow. You're amazing. It's a song. I have to look it up. Tengo la camisa negra. I don't know if that's a song or not. I'm just saying it. But thank you so much for the follow. Everybody, thank you so much for following. You're all amazing. I think we can try this out. So last week we were working on a filament version 4. One sec, because my mouse got in the way. There you go. So first, David, last week we were working on a small filament version 4 project just to try out the new filament version 4 that came out just last week. So I created a very, very small admin panel to manage products and inventory and providers for that, like suppliers. Very small, not something production level. And I created an API for that so that I can create a companion app, which is targeted like a mobile app that we can use to scan barcodes for products, search those in the backend using the API, and then do updates to products in your phone. So that's the idea for this project. And I decided if I'm going to use Laravel Boost and embrace the vibe coding, I'm just going to vibe code this thing. And this is Angular. You have to build the entire request. Not really, because I'm doing this using Laravel and Livewire. So this is what you're seeing right now. That is a like a scratch pad from PHP Storm. PHP Storm has this nice feature where you can create or test out APIs in text format. So it's kind of it's like a small programming language to test this out. Thank you, thank you, dude. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today, and you don't have to really build the entire request when you're working with Laravel. But you'll see. I mean, the way that you work with Laravel is that you have helper classes to make HTTP requests, and you treat everything like an array, and the translation between an array and a JSON format happens behind the scenes. So Laravel mostly takes care of all the heavy lifting for you. I don't have time to do it, but if you are ever bored, you should make Laravel companion app that is like a blank Jetstream-like app with push notifications, login, so people can make their mobile apps easier. Sell it for $199. It'll be the first cost. That's a good idea, dude. Thank you. But do it. Beat me to it. If you think that's a sellable idea, just make it. Don't wait for it, and don't, even if it takes you a year, just treat it as a hobby and do it. I actually use push notifications at work, so I might give that a try. I'm way too busy with my SaaS. I have a bunch of customers, and I just continually improve my. That's perfect. I mean, cool. That's the thing. Native PHP is a thing now. Is it a native PHP app? You're going to use PHP? Perfect. As you should. As you should. Flutter app. Have you heard about your Lord and Jesus native PHP? Lord and Jesus what? Lord and Savior PHP with native? He said he's not going to. I'm selling it. Well, now you just have to invest a huge amount of money to take your current app and just port it over native PHP. And that will immediately double its price. I didn't say that. Don't quote me on that, but that's what happens. Rust is cool. I know nothing about Rust, but Rust is cool. Yeah, it's only $9 plus whatever you have to pay, or whatever you have to, the time it takes to move everything. And now that you have AI, you just have to take your app, all of the code, and say, Claudio, take this code, make it PHP, and you're good. It's that easy. I mean, that's all you have to do, right? No bugs or anything, right? Yeah. This guy is just vibe coding a Boy Scout app, and it's literally hours. No bugs. Straight to production. And make the sales page too. I mean, what else? You live in a time where everything is possible. I don't know anything about APIs. Okay, so I'm going to give you the Laravel explanation about APIs, because that's all I know, right? And this one is a particular kind of API. You think it's going to be great, clean code that every developer will understand? Of course. That's what they're selling, right? Yeah, that is one type of API where you work with an API key. The other one is the kind of API that you give credentials and you get back an authentication. You get an authentication code back that you have to hold on to it and use and pass it back every time you make a request on that session. So that's two kinds of token. One is an API key that is always present and associated with that user and does not expire, at least unless you expire it. And the other one is like a temporary token, an authorization token that you get back in exchange for credentials. And you use the authorization bearer header to pass that back to the server, and then the server takes that code and then authorize your request and gives you access to whatever you're trying to do. OAuth is different. I've never done OAuth myself. I do know that with Laravel is it Sanctum? Hold on. With Laravel Passport, you can actually do OAuth in your Laravel apps. I've never done it, so I cannot speak from experience, but there is the documentation and you can actually do OpenAuth authentication in a Laravel application using Laravel Passport. I think that should be my next project, you know? I've never done this before. Maybe I'll do that next. Hello, whatever your name is, I'm not even gonna try. Sorry. Viet. What is the scope of Laravel? What kind of projects can be done with Laravel? You can make everything. You can make web apps, you can make desktop apps, you can now make native phone apps for Android and iOS. You can make everything. So I guess it's a pretty big scope, I would say. My only experience with OAuth in a Laravel app has been ever since they incorporated Socialite. So that was my first experience, adding social logins to an app. First, I used Socialite, which is another package from Laravel. Where is it? Socialite here. And then they put in WorkOS as an option for authentication. So I've been using WorkOS more often. So that's just a service that you use for social authentication. They manage your users and the authentication, and you have auth and many other options for signing in, single sign-in, tokens, etc. It's very good. You can do that with JavaScript too. Unfortunately, doesn't make it a good thing. Why would you? You have Alpine.js, you have Livewire, JavaScript who? Yeah, not me. Don't worry. Thank you so much for being here. You are awesome, and yeah, have a good night too. Happy coding. Appreciate you, man. All right, back to work, I say. Back to work. Been 2 hours of just me yapping. I just want to finish that prompt, send it over, and see what comes out, and we will deal with the consequences next time. Let's just finish that prompt and see what happens. What happens? So I'm going to make a test with this Scratch and test out the search again. So this is for the product view, or just to get a product information. No, this is the edit. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna comment that out. All right, and then I'm gonna copy it. Yoink. And then to separate this, you just use 3 of those, and then pasta. Let's take all of this and uncomment, and the URL is API. What was it? Product search. And then you do need to pass the authorization header with the authentication token. And we just pass a barcode into this. So let's remove all of that. And notice how this is PHP Storm related, but notice how I have an auth token variable here. That is because up here, I'm doing a post to my auth login, passing credentials, fake credentials. I'm passing a device name too, because this is supposed to be a phone app. It will be, right, Shane? So once I get a response, I can actually take the response body, which has the authentication token, and create a global variable called auth token that, yep, that's legally binding, and you cannot turn back any that's like a contract. You just signed a contract. So you have an auth token then that you can then use in the next call. So I'm passing that auth token back to the server to make in this case is a product search, but any other API that needs that token will be passed in the authorization. And every API that is protected by that protected by authorization, I just need to put this in the route. Auth sanctum, and sanctum just takes that code, checks the user in session, compares that code to the user, make sure that the user is authorized to make whatever you're trying to do, and yeah, basically creates a session for you and handles the authentication. It's really cool. So in this case, I'm trying to do an API search, and we're taking a break. And while that is going, I'm gonna go get some more water because I'm dry. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm back. And ads are over. All right, so we have this. We do this is actually a post request like that. So in summary, we log in. This is just simulating the process. We log in, we get an authentication token, and then we do a post to this URL, pass the token back, pass the barcode in the body of the request, and we'll see what do we get in return. So I just have to do this, run all requests in file. Actually, I don't have to run all requests. I just have to, or maybe I do. I'm gonna delete this response. If I look into this response, that is actually what the token looks like. That is the body of a response that was made on August 6th. But let's get a new one actually. Go back, delete that. And yeah, let's make a fresh one. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. One test failed. I don't know what that is about. So we did get a token back. And what did we get here? So that is the, I don't know what that test thing was. I don't know what that message was about, but this is what we get in response from the search, because I know that there is a product that has a barcode of, where is it? Where's the barcode? Am I not passing the barcode back? Maybe not. So anyway, this is a product that has the barcode that I know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And I get all of the information from the product. Plus, there is a suppliers relationship, which is a many-to-many relationship between a product and a supplier, meaning that a product can have many suppliers, and a supplier can supply many products. So you get the relationship data in the response in an array of suppliers. And there is also, for every supplier and product relationship, there is a field in a pivot table, which is an intermediary table between product and supplier, that has data for each relationship. In this case, it is a supplier SKU, or stock keeping unit, meaning that my stock keeping unit for the product can be different from the supplier. So you get that also in the pivot object in the response. All of that thanks to Laravel. Laravel and response classes. And the great thing about this is that because I have all of this in text code, thanks Taylor, of course, I just need to be bolder and have a Lamborghini, but essentially the same thing. Minus the Lambo. Losing my voice already. As I was saying, because I have everything in text mode, or text representation of the request and the response, I can give this to Claudio and make a very clear prompt, less prone to errors. By the way, where's my scratch? I didn't put the expected response. So product search, this is used to search a product using a barcode. The user sends a barcode and receives back the product information. And again, here's an example of the request and expected response. So the request, the request is just this. Oopa. Yoink. Pasta. And then response. Yoink. And pasta. So that's product search. And the next endpoint is called, let me go back to the API routes. So we have product search, login. Then we have product by name, which we can use to return a list of products that match the name that is passed in the request with some SQL fuzzy binding. Not really, but you get my point. All right, so let's go back to the scratch and say product, product by name used to search for a product by name. The user sends the product name and receives a list of products in the products that match, if I can write, match the criteria. Let's just do this. In the response. All right. I'm going to comment this one out now. All right. And let's yank this, or yoink, and then pasta here. Let's uncomment this. Ooh, what did I do? I did something wrong. Hold on. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Hold on. You need separator. All right, that's better. All right, this is another post request to product by name. All you pass is, again, authentication token, and the request is only expecting the name parameter, and let's just pass test in this case. I think there is only one product, but nevertheless. Because I already have an authentication token stored, I don't need to run the login again. I just need to run this. Let's see if it works. And it does. Perfect. Only one product, and it matches the test word in it. And it's an array of products in this case. So let's just do this. Yoink. Go back to the scratch. Actually, I forgot to put the request first. So let's do the request. Doing that. Paste. And then response. I think it's this one. Yeah. Paste. I hope I don't have much restrictions on the length of the prompt in Claude because I'm making a document here. We'll see. What else? What is the other API that we have? Oh yeah, product and product ID. This will essentially, you make a put request to this and the product is updated in the database. All you have to do is send the product information, which is validated here in this update product request, if you have not seen one of those before. This class is just a form request, has an authorize. I'm just making sure that the token that is associated with that user, which is coming in the request, can indeed do a product update. When I create the token, which is in the logging request, when I create that token here, I am giving that token abilities. And then I can check those abilities when I'm validating the request on each of those. Each of these have an authorized method, which is part of the request class from Laravel. And in this case, I'm just making sure that this user, who is the owner of that token at the time of login, can indeed update that product. And then I validate the input. I'm just accepting name, description, price, and stock quantity. And then I send back a refreshed product to the user. And if I'm not mistaken, I already have that request down here in this file. Yeah, right here. Right here. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There you go. We're going to get a new request, a new response on this one. So I just say put, I just send a put request, which is the standard for Laravel for updates to an existing model. What's the guideline? More like the recommended one. Pass the barcode. I don't need the barcode anymore. I'm not changing that. Pass the name, description, stock quantity, and price. Yeah. Let's go back to the scratch real quick. Yoink. Then we need another, which is this is used to update the product information. The user passes the product ID in the product URL variable, and the new product information. Jesus Christ. In the request body. The refreshed product is returned in the response. Example of request and response. This is the request. And let's run it to get a response. Yoink. Paste. And I think that's all of the routes for the API. But I still need to describe the rest of the app, which I'm going to do here. Let me see. Let me read back because I already forgot. Create an app that is mainly targeted for mobile users that can scan barcodes from products and search blah 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 blah. With the product ID, the app also needs a login page where the users type in their credentials. Is subsequent not a word? Future request. Every future API request by including So we have the login and the login. Okay, so I think I just need to describe the edit page. In the edit page, users can make updates to the product information and then send those back to the backend API. I'm going to tell them use the attached image as the base as to create the UI. It contains only the barcode, product, search by name, and edit page. Use common standards for the login page. What else? You know what? I've typed enough. I'm just gonna pass this in. In fact, can I just get rid of all of this and paste in the prompt? This is boring, I know. Bear with me. I just don't want to do a diff between my prompt and this one. Almost. Riveting stuff, I know. This is what coding is all about. I hope you're learning a lot. Please don't hate me. Are we there yet? Yeah, almost. Only a few lines left. My delete key is getting tired. Booga booga. Come on, dude, hurry up. I wish I had like a multi-line delete on this, but I'm worried. Crazy weather, huh? Yeah, raining a lot. Here, I don't know there. So how's the family? Kids good? How's the dog? Are we done? Okay, cool. Let me just go back here. Look how fast this is. Just hold on. Vin motions. If I can, there. Select all of that. Yoink. Back here. And can I use Command V? Pasted text, number 1, 20 lines. Okay, sure. I don't need to see it again. That is fine. And then I have to, if I remember correctly, the documentation says I just have to drag and drop. What is that I? What is that I? Is that image, I for image? I don't like that I. Jesus, take the wheel. I'm sorry, what? Off to a great start, huh? Fudge. Let AI solve it. I just got this error. What does that mean and how?
Grey1an on Twitch said, "Did your AI have vibes?"
Well, it's bad vibes currently. It's not vibing with me. I just copy and paste the error. Okay, cool. Okay. So I just have to hit escape to clear. Where were you 5 minutes ago when I was just holding the back key forever? Thank you, by the way. But where were you? Thank you.
Grey1an on Twitch said the eye will be 3x smarter if you say with sugar on top.
So I just have to say pretty please on every... Shut up. I'm the captain now. Shift tab to go plan mode. Shift tab. What the heck is that? Okay, all right. Let's try this again then.
Grey1an on Twitch said, I mean if you want to save tokens LUL does it in 1 reply versus 3.
I'm not worried about tokens, honestly. I'm paying for a monthly plan. I guess you worry about tokens when you're doing API, when you're doing it via API. Not worried about tokens, honestly. But thank you. All right, let it rip. Let me do that again. Yoink. And then paste. No, dude. Oh, I know. Command C. Command V. And then image. Dude. I'm so used to yoink and paste. What do you mean I'm doing it wrong? Why? Why am I doing it wrong? Because I'm
Grey1an on Twitch said it's just a funny thing. The eye sometimes wastes our time, I think because it's bored and wants to talk to us more.
Probably, but I'm not here to talk. So I'm within that prompt, I'm asking Claude.
The stream is now paused for ads.
We have ads. I'm asking Claude to look at an image. So I'm passing the image. That's what I'm doing. And I read in the documentation, I don't know if you have ads or not. I'm gonna wait. That's why I'm saying AI is wrong. Just kidding. I wasn't saying anything. So ads are over. Thank you so much for waiting. Sean, what I was saying is, in my prompt, in all the prompt, somewhere I say, take a look at this image for the UI. Shane, take a look at this image and use it for the UI. So that's why I'm pasting the image here, so that Yeah, it's local. I think it's local. Is the prompt local though? Yeah, it is. I'm working with local code in my machine, and it has it. According to the documentation, all you have to do to give Claude images is just paste the image location by dragging and dropping. Why use Claude? Why not? Oh, that's a good one. Jesus, take the wheel. Motherfucker. Oh, okay. I can try that. Yeah. No, Control V is just for images. Okay. Yeah. I can't do it. What the heck is this? Yeah, everybody can use different flavor. It doesn't mean that one is better or worse than the other. They all can do different things, I think. I'm just using Claude because why the hell not? But this is pissing me off. What the fuck is OAuth authentication is currently not supported? You know what? Let's go to the docs. This is not the docs. It's dead, dude. Did the authentication expire somehow? I did not see this before. Interesting. Okay, Laravel Boost. Select, yeah, select all of them. Yeah, they're enabled now. I don't know why they were not here before. Is are you there? All right. Okay, it's working. Let's try it again, shall we? Yeah, that's like 200 a month is like the highest tier. If you're using it extensively and it's something that is uh, like essential for your work, not essential, but gives value to your work, then yeah, I can see that as an option. Shift tab for plan mode. It's finagling, dude. It's finagling. That was the thing. I took so long to type in my shit that the authentication expired. That's it. I'll analyze the provided mockup image and create a comprehensive plan for building this mobile-first Laravel application with barcode scanning capabilities. Read. There you go. Read file. Allow reading. Yes, go ahead. It's pondering. All right. Based on your requirements and the mockup image, I'll create a comprehensive plan for building this mobile-first Laravel application with barcode scanning capabilities. Tool to use, Laravel Boost application info. Yep, go ahead. Laravel Boost application info commands. Go for it, dude. Go for it. Oh yeah, you're a power user. All right, you got the power. Tools to use, yeah. Don't ask again, please. Search the docs in Laravel Boost. Nice. See, that's what I mean. That tool right there, search the docs. That is the one thing that pushed me over. Like now the AI can search the docs and get latest information. Amazing. It's honking. Honk. 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 Honk away, dude. Honky, honky. Honka, honka. I'll let you handle that. All right, let me read this shit. Here's the Claude's plan. Here is the Claudius plan. The Claudius way. Based on your requirements and mockup, I'll create a mobile first Laravel application with barcode scanning capabilities using the following approach: application setup and configuration. It's a PWA. Okay, it's doing a PWA thing. Set up API routes for the external inventory tracker API. No. Well, I never told that the. Anyway. Create a login page with I can just maybe I can just ignore set up set up API routes for the external inventory tracker API. Don't do that. I don't need you to do this. Those are already created. I'll tell him in a second. Authentication system. Create a login page with email password from create a login page with email password form. Implement JavaScript to handle authentication API calls. No, don't do that. No. Store out token in local storage. That's fine. Create middleware to include authorization header in all API requests. Would you like to proceed? No, keep planning. Don't create the API routes for the backend. Those are already created in a different project. Just make use of the API endpoints and assume they work as intended. Don't use JavaScript for the API calls. Instead, use Livewire for the entire project. Livewire and Alpine.js. It's using Livewire Bolt, and don't use Volt. I don't like Volt. Use Livewire classes instead of Volt. Dude, are you promoting your shit on chat? GPT-6 coming soon. Is GPT-6? Okay, cool. Just asking. But yeah, dude, I know that you live and die by chat GPT and stuff like that. Everyone can use whatever tool they want, and that is the right tool for them. If chat GPT is the right tool for you, good for you. I used to use Gemini. I'm trying out Claude. I may try Juni. I'm trying a bunch of stuff. So whichever one I find is the best for me, that's the one I will use. And yeah, doesn't mean that the other ones that are bad or not good or just trash. I know that you didn't say trash, but you get my point, right? Propagating. No, and you don't have to. That's the thing. You don't have to pay $200 a month. I'm paying $20 a month. That gives me pro features. Like Shane said, he is a pro user. He has like he created native PHP, which is a big project, and he uses this like in a day-to-day basis, and it makes sense that he will pay $200 a month. Not everyone has to. He does. That's good for them. Yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, try everything, see what you like, stick with it. Configure Laravel mobile first, set up Tailwind, configure Livewire, SPA-like experience, create a login Livewire brand within password, store the other using Alpine.js, store for global standard. Dude, now you're just flexing, dude. No, dude, you're just flexing at that point. But yeah, I get it. No, if you're gonna use it for a whole, yeah, I understand. I'm just trying it out. Yeah. Everything is a tool. Every tool is different for every situation. Tools are tools. Use them all as best they fit. Login component, home component, product search component, product edit component, handle authentication, interface, barcode scanner, area navigation, product by name, API integration. Tell you what I'm going to do. I know this is going to take a while. I use it all the time. It's a lot cheaper than hiring just one contractor to help me. Yeah, I get it. So I'm going to do this. 15 devs for $400. Nice. I'm going to just hit accept and just see what comes out. And we are going to take a look at the code that spits out on, what is it today? Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. We're going to take a look at the code that spits out on Friday and make any edits that we need. I'm going to leave that running. We'll work a little bit more on Friday because it's been 3 hours already. And time is it? Yeah, I kind of went over. I'm not going to play games today. I'm kind of already tired a little bit. So yeah, I think we're going to end it here for today. We will look at the code on Friday, keep working on it. We'll see how good or bad the code was and just discuss about the next steps. For everyone who joined me today, thank you so much for every follower, for every comment, for every person that was here with me. Thank you so much. I'll see you again on Friday, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll play games on Friday. Yeah. Let's see who we are going to raid today. Let me see. Peace out, dude. Thank you so much for being here the whole time. Appreciate you. You're amazing. You're awesome. I think Mohoodles would be the. Thanks for sharing. No problem, dude. Thank you for being here. No problem. Don't go. Yeah, I'm gonna raid someone. Raid Mohoodles. If you don't know about Mohoodles, she's a very awesome streamer. She talks about conservation efforts, sharks. She plays games also, and space stuff. Very interesting. See if she's on. And she does Muppet shows too. Oh, she's not allowing raids right now. Okay, cool. Let me see who else is on.
Grey1an on Twitch said, "Don't forget to tip your AI models LUL."
Nice. Let me see who else is on. River makes is playing old school RuneScape. That's nice. Yeah, let's raid Shay or River makes. 1 second. Come on. There you go. Old school RuneScape is getting a renaissance, that game nowadays. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope I see you again on Friday, where we are going to see what horror comes out of this prompt, and we will do whatever changes we need. Have a great day, have a great night, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you again on Friday.